How's it going, everyone? Today I wanted to make sure that I did a video on not just a firearm. There's lots of firearms. Everybody's got videos on YouTube about them. But this one I think doesn't have much coverage. And not only that does it not have much coverage, but it's not respected as well as I think it needs to be. So today I'm going to be doing my review on the Remington New Model Army. A great revolutionary handgun that saw battles in the Civil War with Western expansion and carried by heroes in the military and Western heroes like Wild Bill Cody. So today, let's talk about the Remington New Model Army. So let's clear up one thing right now. The Remington New Model Army is known by a bunch of different names, and the reason why is because it's changed so much over the years. For instance, when it first started, it was known as just the Remington New Model. But later on, it became known as the Remington New Model 1858 because of the marking of the copyright on the actual gun itself. And later on, it went on to become the Remington 1872 based on the changes when they went from a conversion of black powder onto cartridge-based bullets. So there's been a lot of change over the years based on just the name alone. It's kind of led to a lot of confusion over which model is which. But in general, when we're talking about the Remington New Model, we're talking about the 1858 or the 1872. Basically the same gun with maybe a cartridge conversion. Now, what's important about this gun, especially over guns of its time like the Colt Patterson, is the fact that this gun had a lot of changes to it that made it a lot easier to use in the field. In the Civil War, there wasn't many options for revolvers. I mean, realistically, you only had one option, and that was basically the Colt. And if you didn't choose the Colt, you basically stuck to your single-shot handguns. So your general options were what pretty much you got, which was generally a Colt. Whether you fought in the Confederate side or the Union, it was generally a Colt. At some point during the Civil War, the Colt factory actually burned down, and they couldn't fulfill the orders the Union needed to really get enough handguns out to their troops. So they started to fill orders with the Remington New Model, which oddly enough was only about 50 cents more back then than the Colt. However, today that 50 cents would be about $12 to $15, so it's quite a bit per gun at the time. With the introduction of the Remington New Model, it was quickly seen on the battlefront realistically how much of a better gun it was. For instance, it had a top strap, unlike the Colts that didn't, which gave it a little bit more durability. At the very least, it made soldiers feel more comfortable with the gun, feeling it had a more solid and durable design. It had an easy lever for reloading in the field, and probably its biggest asset, which was one of the most important things, and even something that was used pretty regularly, was the ability to quickly change over the cylinders. During the Civil War, when you wanted to reload your black powder cap and ball revolver, you had to obviously sit there and do it in the field. One of the great assets that people came up with was carrying extra cylinders preloaded. Now that was a lot to do when you were talking about loading a Colt. But when it came to the Remington New Model Army, it was super easy. It was extremely fast and very efficient to carry extra cylinders and quickly reload. I mean, it literally takes no time at all. I'm sure there's videos out there. I'm sure there's videos out there on how to do it. Maybe I'll even show you in this video how you do it. It was one of the big things that really differentiated itself from other guns of the time. Its ability to be a stronger, more durable gun, its ability to be loaded quicker, and its number one asset, more than likely, I think that most people found, is it was damn accurate. And soldiers all over the Civil War did their very best to get them, and that meant if they had to save up 4 months worth of salary to afford one, or have family members send them money to afford one, or steal one off the battlefield, they did what they could. In fact, in the South, they had been for a long time copying, badly may I add,
全国2000家高端台球俱乐部的选择 乔氏台球桌。
大家好，我喜欢
乔氏，中式八球领导者。
喝酒明白。